Hi, Morne. Just want to know that Hardik, we saw left the field feeling his hammy, and then also Abhishek also. It looked like it was hamstring knee. So if you could just give us an idea about what exactly happened to them and what's like, is it something of concern before the finals?
So both of them struggled with cramp during the game. Hardik, I know will assess sort of tonight and tomorrow morning, and we'll make a call on that. But yeah, both of them were just with cramp. Sorry, during the game.
Abhishek is fine.
Abhishek is fine. Yeah.
Coach, we have seen some of the expensive spells in the second half of the innings in this tournament. What is making the pacers at least difficult to bowl in such conditions? Especially even Bumrah is going for runs. Today we saw Arshdeep, Harshit both going for runs. So for pacers, what are the challenges they are facing, especially in the second part of the innings? If you can.
Look, I think if you look at the trend of the tournament so far on here. It's almost like after 10 overs, the scoring rate slows down. So the new ball's almost coming on nicely. Margin for error is quite small with a new ball. And, as a bowling attack, we want to go that aggressive route and try and get wickets. So, yeah, bar our game here against, who was that against? Bumrah bowled up front, there hasn't really been a lot of swing up front. So, yeah, I think for us it's just having that aggressive mindset to try and take wickets, as many wickets as we can in that power play with the first 10 overs, because we know in that middle period, our spinners are going to come into play.
Coach, a lot of we have reached the final without any loss in this tournament, but a lot of areas where we can improve. What do you think? Which are the areas, key areas where you are looking for improvement? The game is just day after tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think in this tournament so far we've played the complete game. There's, after every game, in discussions of areas we would like to improve and get better on. If we start with the batting, can we on tough conditions rotate, strike a little bit better? Get our two runs, running between the wickets, our twos, can we get that up? Can we protect partnerships a little bit? Because the new batter walking in here is quite tough for those guys to start, but still have that aggressive mindset. From a bowling point of view, talk specifically about the first 6 or the first 10 overs, how we can improve with our lengths, with our accuracy, with our thinking with ball in hand. In that middle phases, just sort of our over sequence in terms of maybe bringing in the odd Yorker. I think the trend has been, because the wicket is slightly on the slower side, to go off pace, and batters are lining that up. So it's just that general thinking under pressure a little bit that we need to get sharper at. I mean, the boys have skills, they've played a lot of white ball cricket, but I just think for this group a little bit under pressure, just to have a little bit more smarter clarity thinking with ball in hand and execute better. I think at the end of the day we can have all the plans, but we still need to execute better. And then with the field, obviously catching, and we've worked hard on our catching and the light, so maybe it's just a little bit of a confidence thing. And yeah, just try and squeeze the guys in the field. So all departments there is, work that we need to be done. We by no means the finished article, and we know that. But luckily we've won, and we've won sometimes in ugly fashion. But we'll take that, and as a group, always take the learning and look to improve and take it on Sunday.
In an inconsequential match, such a show from an opponent, is it good before the final, or it will do a lot of good for the final?
Yeah, look, I mean, yes, it's good for the final, but I'm also looking down the line. For this guys to play a game like this, I always challenge the players to want the ball in tough situations, and Arshdeep taking the ball here tonight and bowling that super over and executing well, that's great signs. The more we can find ourselves in sticky situations and execute well and take the learning from that, that's how this group is going to grow. So yes, sometimes it is frustrating from the side, if we don't get it all together, but there's a bigger picture in mind. There's a process in mind. These guys are also still, learning different conditions and learning their trade, and that's gonna take time. So happy with with getting tested again tonight with the ball and seeing how certain individuals' characters stand up with that pressure.
Wanted to. Obviously, cricket is a numbers game, and the numbers will reflect that Arshdeep and Harshit went for more than 100 runs in 8 overs. But when they don't play as many games as they do, and suddenly they come and play one game after every 3 games or 4 games, so how, as a group, how do you reconcile to that, and how do you ensure that when they come into the game, they're not too keen to try and overreach?
That's a great question and a fair point. I don't want to use that as an excuse. I think in our environment we want to move away from the excuse culture. The way these guys train, the effort we put in training, we expect them every time to go out and deliver. And you're right. Sometimes it is a lack of game time. You can bowl as many overs as you like in the nets. But, game time, nothing beats that. But like I said, I expect them with the quality of work that they've put in as a team. We expect our guys to deliver. And unfortunately, at the moment, things are not happening for them. But the bigger picture is the team is winning. And these guys, they're the X factor and they're match winners. So on the day, if it's their day, they can cash in and they can win a game for us. As long as the team is winning, the other guys can catch up. But, fair point from your side in terms of game time and match time.
Morne, given the short turnaround between this game, which has already spilled over later than usual because of the super over, and the final, can you tell us or take us through what the recovery process, especially with the fast bowling group, will be? Is it about allowing them to find their methods and recover on their own, or do you have as a group give them some set instructions and prevent them from training tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't think there will be any training tomorrow. So the key for the boys. They're already all in the ice baths, and their recovery sort of started straight away after the game. The best way to recover is sleep and to stay off your feet. So hopefully they can all get a good night's sleep tonight. Wake up tomorrow. I'm pretty sure there will be a pool session, individual pool session for the guys, organized. And then from there, it is just getting a flush from the masseuses, getting massages, and getting themselves mental ready for a big battle on Sunday. Like I said, it's a quick turnaround. So playing this smart is going to be key, but there will certainly be no training.
Coach, could you please decode the strategy of the way? Yeah. Could you please decode the strategy of the way Jasprit Bumrah has been used by the team management in this tournament? Like 3 overs in the power play. Generally, we see that teams, whether when he played for the country or for his franchisee, teams generally they tend to spread his over for the different part of the innings. But this time, his majority of the overs he is bowling in the power play. So if you can just throw a little bit of light in this thought process.
Yeah. Look, it's obviously a tough job to play, but Jasprit is the best bowler, one of the best bowlers in the world. And with a new ball, obviously we're looking to take wicket. I think if you can get a team down, 6, 7 down for the last 4, you make life a lot easier for you. And on the surface, the wicket is playing a certain way. So, sort of the plan is no secret that with spin, after the power play. So what a great opportunity for the best bowler, all the skills, the swinging bowling Yorkers to strike first up front. The number 1 rule or the golden rule in T20 cricket is to take wickets. And if we can do that by using one of our best bowlers and for us to strike, the weapon to have. That might change according to what we feel will be best in the day, but yeah, we just felt it is a nice opportunity to give him that role to try and strike first up front and get it.
Hi, Morne. Morne, Abhishek obviously has been in super form right through this tournament. You worked briefly with Shaheen for a brief time. If you could just set up that battle for us, and do you think that, how that may shape up, and do you think that's one of the key battles in the final?
Yeah, I think it's there's definitely exciting the way they play their cricket. Shaheen is obviously aggressive. Will try and knock you over, and is not back. I think so far, time these two went head to head at this. We all as supporters and fans are on the edge of our seats, and that's great for the game. So let's look forward to that on Sunday and enjoy the battle.
Thank you, Morne, and